My husband's new female friend messaged him that he could do whatever he wanted to her, so I took a screenshot and blasted her on social media. My husband does downhill biking, has done since he was very young, knows his stuff, he's out there every day. So around 6 months ago he was out in the morning, with the dogs, and ended up coming home earlier than usual. While he was out he found this girl who fell off and had badly injured her arm and wrist. As you can imagine, he had done the same numerous times and knew exactly what to do and where to go to get seen quickly. He got her to the car park, packed the dogs and bikes up, and took her to the GP who referred her to the hospital, and he came home, all good. Around a week after this, one of the guys he rides with sent him a screenshot of a post in a Facebook group that was made for people specifically who build and maintain the bike trails. It went something like this. I'm looking for someone called James who helped me last week when I fell and got me to the hospital. He drove a husband's truck and had 3 dogs. She had posted in a few groups before being linked to the group for the trail builders, who my husband goes out there with. My husband isn't on social media, so he said he could send her his number. She texted him to double check she had the right person. He said it was and that he was glad she was feeling better and he was happy to help. She offered him money or to take him for lunch, which he declined, and just said again that he was happy to help. They text back and forth now and then, her initiating in it mostly. Hey, how are you? Hope you're well. Until she starts getting better and can ride again. It turns to, hey, we should hit the trails sometime. My husband is a very good cyclist, used to ride competitively when he was younger. The same with many of the guys he rides with. He tries to decline her offer in a way not to offend her, but there's no way she can keep up with them. He says maybe next time. Eventually that happens and he gives her a few tips. This then turns into her texting him more often about biking, asking for him to tutor her, and just general stuff. This goes on for the next couple of months. There seems to be a friendship starting. I've never once had any concerns about this and was quite happy for him to continue, and they do. Until yesterday, he went out with the dogs, and bumped into her. He said they spoke for a while and went on a cycle with the dogs to wind down before he came home. She started texting him when he got home and I could see these messages coming through the iPad as I was using it. To be clear, he is not hiding the texts. He openly leaves his phone lying around, with no passcode. Let our daughter play on it. Happy for me to use it. Doesn't get weird or secretive about it in the slightest. He knows the iPad and laptop are linked to his phone and it can all be seen by anyone using them. He has never given me cause for concern. It's her intentions I'm not too sure about at this point. So anyway, the dogs. We have 3 working gun dogs used in the fields regularly, and while they can look like they're running right down these trails, they are extremely well trained and tuned into whatever my husband is doing. This becomes more apparent when he's not on the trails, and they're following, watching his every move. These texts started on about the dogs for a bit when she sent a text that ended in the following: like a slave looking to please their master, followed by a smirking emoji. Something about this made me feel icky, and I feel like there's an undertone going on here. He replied but seemed to ignore that last comment. However, this caused me to think and feel like I've noticed a few red flags. She always initiates. If she doesn't get a reply, she seems to keep sending messages until he replies.